Yo, what up, y'all? We here for another episode of
We
Chop
here.
Shop. We
We
got a
back.
very special guest, our boy Lorenzo,
Yo, welcome
Lorenzo.
to the Chop Shop.
part-time
going?
reseller. You know what I mean? AKA Bree bro, AKA Kasari's cousin.
Kasari's cousin.
I don't know them fools. I don't know them whatsoever.
Yo, you see how he switched up real quick?
He's like, I don't know them.
First
Who?
podcast interview, and he's like, I don't even know them.
I don't even know
Who's
them.
this?
Wow.
There's levels to this, you know. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
Wow. Shutting them down.
man. Alicia has a good question. Why is it called Chop Shop? Well, Chop Shop is like a new segment that we're doing. Unlike how we do the other podcasts where we go through current events, this is more focused on the individual and what they bring to the table. So that's why we call it Chop Shop. It's not a long length thing where it's like every topic that we're going through current events, what's going on in the world kind of thing. This is just focused on today. We'll be focused on reselling. So Lorenzo's a reseller, part-time. He uses he uses bots. He does manual. He does it all. Do you stand
mention
outside?
my last name.
Do you stand outside? Do you stand outside the store for hours? Was
I
that
don't
you?
do that no more.
No?
I did.
No
I
more.
did do.
No
I
more
used
of
to
that.
do that. No more.
What's the
though.
longest? What's the longest you stood in line for?
You camped out.
Brenda went. Oh, sorry, Bree K. She gonna get me for that
You
one.
over here dropping
can't-
government names.
Wow, I
and everything.
got full government.
So that's her first name. Wow, we never knew that.
Brenda.
She said it sounds like a
Wow.
grandma's name. She hates that name. She hates that name.
It's
We
a
had
rap
went to
now.
it was for I forgot what it was like when they were doing Adidas Boost collabs. And
Yeah.
I forgot which one it was, but it was Long Beach. It's a Soul something. I forgot what it was. But we ended up going in line at like 9:00 at night. And we stayed there until when the store opened at like 10 a.m. And when we had got there was already like 30 chairs. But people used to do a thing where they put chairs in their place, right?
Yeah.
But we had snuck in the front anyway. And then people kind of looked at us, gave us a stink eye, but we kind of just
Did
went
you
in
not
anyway.
see my chair?
Like we didn't see a body, you know? So we went and got the shoes anyway. And she ended up copying that. I think that was the first one that she copped like that. But that was the last time.
For Ultra
Haven't-
Boost?
Yeah, it was an Ultra Boost collab. I don't remember. It was a gray leather one. I forgot what it was called.
So that was many years ago then.
I want to say like 13, 14.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow,
around
yeah.
there.
You've been doing this for a minute.
Well, I started in, I want to say in 13. Right after I graduated college, was working for SoCal. And a couple of the coworkers, they were talking about Yeezy Boost. And they were saying like, oh, it's dropping tomorrow. It was the Moon Rocks. And this was my first any kind of experience in this.
Yeah.
And they were like, they're hard to get, but I was pretty computer savvy. So I was like, they can't be that hard to get. They're like, yeah, you got to be fast, blah,
Right.
blah, blah, this and that and the other. I was like, okay. So I was like, so what do I do to prepare for it? They like gave me a link. It was like Soul Links. I think they're still up, but it was like Soul Links.
Yeah,
And
they
they
are.
gave me all the links. And so the first site, I believe, was n.com, which they still drop. Now they do raffles, but before they were just dropping them. And I had went there and I was able to add to cart, but I had this something to where I add to cart twice, and I had checked out, and they sent me both shoes.
Wow.
So that was my friend. And I was like, this is not that hard.
What?
I was like, this is not that hard. They could not believe it, but I must have just got lucky because after that, I didn't
Beginner's
see
luck,
it on
yo.
n.com ever again. N.com never again. But that first time, I was like, this is easy. And then they were like, we'll buy them from you, and I was like, buy them from me. I got them to wear, right? Because I didn't know what. And I was like, buy them from me, and I was like, no. They're like, come on, I'll give you $1,200. And I was just like, what? And then
You're
that's
like,
when I was like,
done.
yeah.
Deal.
And my mom had saw me do this deal, like, or she saw me again, and she was like, no way. And I was like, I didn't even know, but now I
Wow.
do. So it
Was
started
that-
from there.
Oh, so that was like one of your first sales?
That
Like
was
how you
the
got it?
first.
The first.
Moon Rocks, the using Moon Rocks.
Wow.
So is that what brought you into the whole thing? Like,
That's what brought me into everything. I had no clue Supreme or any of this. And then after that, they showed me the site Supreme, and I was knocking Supreme out the park in the beginning, real easy.
So it was the Yeezys. Now, was it your love for shoes, or was it just like the hype of it?
It was just the hype, and I think I was just like when they told me, because I wasn't even into shoes like J's like that or anything like that at the time. And when they just told me they're hard to get, and I'd listen and I'd start talking to them, I was like, these can't be that hard to get, because they were like, you have to be fast and all. So what I did, I'm at the time they still had the plugins that you could put in the browser to put your info in right away, right? So that's all I did.
Autofill?
So
you talking about the autofill?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what really I did. I autofilled everything and just set up a profile for the thing so it could just add to cart checkout. And that for Supreme, that was working for me for a good amount of time till it got so popular.
And that's how you got hooked.
The site started crashing.
Wow.
And then I've heard of bots, but I never really needed one to like. And I wasn't trying to cop like 20, because I didn't really think of it then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how I started.
Brike says he likes any form of competition or challenge.
I'm not shy away from competition. Can I get Dior's for 60? I can't. You can't get Dior's for $6,000.
Yeah, you could from China.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I think they even charge more.
Yeah, they're probably 100 and something.
Right, they still gonna be like
$120. Yeah, my wife gets ads for fake Jordans, and they're like $120 from like some UK
You
site.
can't even get fake ones for 60.
Yeah, UAs.
Right. And Neff said he just wants some original Nike Yeezys. You could get them.
Those are
hard to get, huh?
Yeah, real hard to get.
So where did you start reselling? Like you just started selling like to local people that you knew, or you started selling online?
After that, I had looked at eBay, and I believe because the next collection they were telling me was a North Face Supreme collab. And they were like, that's a big one. See if you can get my size or whatever. So I did, and I did get their size, but I got like extra stuff. And they were telling me I could sell on eBay. So I did that, and I just saw it working. And I was just like, oh, this is pretty easy. So it became kind of like a cool little hobby,
Yeah.
And then I was living at home, so I didn't really have any bills at the time. I think I was barely paying my cell phone at that time. So it was just kind of like, it was cool. It was real cool.
Yeah.
And then fast forward, I want to say like I was hype on it for a little bit. I want to say like maybe like 6 months of this, and then I kind of died off of it because then I got serious with doing like websites and all that kind of stuff. And then all the way up to I want to say 2017, like I had my main client. We kind of got into it, and then so we split our ways. And so that income wasn't coming in anymore. And so because the income was good, my lifestyle, I guess, was overspending. This is before my wife came in, because she came and cut all that out. But I was like, I was spending like stupid stuff.
Hey, congrats on getting married too, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, for real.
So subscriptions, all that kind of stuff, And so then I was like, I need to keep up. So in my back of my head, I was like, oh yeah, that. So, but when I went back, the game had changed. It was so far ahead. I mean, you couldn't. The way I caught before the end.com, that was not going to work.
Everything changed,
by luck, the luck of the draw.
It's different.
So I was like, it shifted, right? Because like in the beginning, it was just going to stores, right, and then picking up items, right. Yes. And then the internet came into play, and that kind of made a shift where you would get everything from your phone now, especially now with COVID, right? With during this whole pandemic stuff.
Yeah.
But right, so how was that adjusting to that shift? Because it probably became a little more difficult, right?
No, it was rough as heck. But I was still computer science. So I was like, I gotta find my way in here, and like so I go in. So I dive back into this, I guess, the reselling world. And there's like a whole community on Discord, on Twitter, right? And you keep up with the latest stuff and different people. Right. If you become friends with them, they're letting you use bot. Because at this time, I was like, oh, I can try to go, because I remember this bot and it was called CyberSoul. And I was like, oh, I can go look at that bot to try to buy it because I see everybody using it. When I look, they're sold out. And if you go on like botbroker.com or Botmart, the Discord, they're running for like 6,000 plus. For what?
So let's talk. Let's touch on that, because I think people think, oh, I just get a bot and I just let the bot do his thing and I just get sneakers all day, right?
6,000.
It ain't like that.
And when you look into it, right, or they think that it's like not expensive, right?
It's
And you just
expensive.
said it's $6,000 to get
for the bot. Yes.
for the bot,
Otherwise,
right?
it normally costs retail, I think, $200 initially, and then like a subscription of $50 a month or $50 every 3 months or something like that.
Right. But these things sell out and they're hard to get your hands
Very
on.
hard. Very hard.
You need a bot to get the bot, pretty much.
Yeah. Yes, basically. But I mean, these sites are so secure to get. I mean, these guys know what they're doing, the developers.
Right.
And but anyway, but that's another thing is bots, because there are some like people resell bots as well, because you could buy some, like there was Dash, like Shannon, Jim, what's her? I don't know her stage name, but she got a bot. Dash that I was trying to help her with Dash, and it was Dash at the time when she got it was $50 on Bot Broker, which is a secondary market site for bots. And she got it, and another friend of mine wanted to buy. He got Jeff, and I think he got in at like $70. And I looked like yesterday, and they're like $1,600 now, especially after the pandemic, because this was before the pandemic when both of them copped this.
Right.
But mind you, when the pandemic hit, a lot of people were unable to get the stuff. Lady Mays, there you go. A lot of people were trying to get different stuff that they couldn't get. They couldn't get no PS5s, graphics cards, shoes, whatever. Which I don't know, because they were saying everybody's broke, but everybody's still buying this stuff, right? So they couldn't get none of this stuff. So you look at bots; they were buying bots, and now, I mean, it's so convoluted. There's so many bot people out there. Like it's big.
Wow.
It's hard to get anything.
I see you, Prophet Link. I see you.
Prophet Link says, yo, Jay, I'll sell you my bots for the low.
We were having a separate conversation earlier.
That's an inside joke, but that's funny.
What's cool if you get into like a community, like there's so let me go back. So when I got back into it, there's this whole thing called Discord, right? You've probably heard Discord, but I didn't know of Discord. This was like 2017 at the time. And you can get into cook groups where they're called cook groups. And what they do is they drop links, they drop hints. Some of them got insiders in Nike and Adidas. They know when things are going to be popping. Like, they know when, if you need to be at a certain latitude location at a certain time, at this time, be ready with your phone at Snickers app, and it happens. They'll tell you there's a shock drop here, like they have insiders to know that stuff, but you pay a subscription. I think the highest one I pay is $75 a month, which is the most beneficial. At the time, I didn't think it was going to be that beneficial.
Right.
But I kind of took the risk because I saw the info, or they showed their track record on Twitter, like people showing their success. Yeah. And so I was like, you know what, I'll take the risk. And then when I got in there, I mean, I have like 3 bots they have given me just for being in that community that I don't really use. But you could use, and that's how you kind of get into it,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are those good bots?
They're pretty. I mean, they're good, but they're like baby bots. So they'll be like, "Oh, we're beta testing," but once you get in the beta group, you're good for pretty much lifetime, because they'll pretty much keep developing, and the developers will get better and better and better pretty soon. Like I got into one. It was called Torshuro, and I got it from a group. And next thing I know, was worth. I didn't even use it, and I looked on Bot Broker one day, and it was worth I believe like $1,600. So I just said sayonara to that thing.
So for those like myself who are new to this, like what exactly does a bot do? It just autofills the information for you, or actually picks out the shoe that you want or the item that you want, and it does the whole process for you? How does that work?
So a bot essentially is like a script that crawls a site, and what it does with the bot, what you get on your end is the bot is technically like the interface or the controllers of that script. And you just plug in like the SKU you're looking for. So before, you kind of got to do your due diligence, but if you're in a cook group, they provide the SKU number, the PID number, all that kind of stuff. And you just plug in, and you also have to have these things called their proxies. They're kind of like IP addresses, but a little bit weak. You have your data center proxies, which are a little bit stronger and faster. And then you have your residential proxies. Data center proxies, they typically are cheaper because you could pay like $10 a month for like 10 of them.
Right.
But the thing is, they're so fast, you have to delay them a couple seconds, because the site sometimes will know that you're a bot,
you're
and they'll block you. And nowadays they begin to like Easy Supply started to address ban and IP ban.
Yeah.
So you kind of got to play. I mean, but you can add an apartment number. You can switch your IP.
Yeah.
You know.
I used to use high proxies.
Yes, so you have to use those proxies, which are to plug into your bot, and those could be costly, especially the residential ones, because you buy per data usage. You know, so you could buy 2 gigs of data for like $30, and you'll be like, "Oh, this is pretty nice. I get this many proxies," and next thing you know, 20 minutes later, you're out of data because you didn't know what you were doing. So there are steps like, and it's gonna take practice when you first get it. It's gonna take practice, and what I started to do, you just pick like. For Foot Locker, you just put like any random item. I'll put any random item, but I'll put like a fake credit card so that way it doesn't check out. And just so I get that checkout, you know what I mean? That checkout fail. And then I know, okay, this one's kind of working. Right. And then you kind of take notes during the drop, and you try different proxy providers, because some proxy providers are strong and some of them are weak. And so you put them, you group them. And then when you say a drop happens and you test it out, even if nothing works, you take your data back, you look at the proxy, like the ones that did well, the ones that kind of did well, and you kind of try to narrow it down so that, you know, you can get a better shot next time. And then slowly but surely, I think you'll get there. Because for me, like, even when I got my first bot was Project Destroyer, you know, I was telling my wife, I was like, okay, it's like $600, but trust me, just trust me. She's like, I don't know. Okay. She was like, okay. So I ended up getting it. And like for the first, I want to say like 4 months, I did not hit anything.
Wow.
Right. So I was like,
this ain't looking crazy.
You're like, this is a scam. That's a good question too. Like, how did you learn? Right? Was it like self-taught? Like you had to go through failures and mistakes to finally learn how to use? Because when I hear about these things like sneaker botting, it just sounds like science to me. Like, you need a proxy, and then you got to switch the IP address and this and that. You got to put different addresses, and you have to have different.
Your man got the El Chapo. You got right? Switch. You got the El Chapo, man. If y'all learning right now, y'all getting a free game. Make sure you hit the thumbs up.
Hold on, wait. Yeah, you El Chapo. You ain't never gonna get no shoes with that connection.
Right, that bot not gonna work.
Y'all hear me now?
That is true. You gonna be saying
that bot ain't working over there.
I need that extra Wi-Fi. What kind of
Wi-Fi
I need,
man? Forever.
I have the fiber optics. I don't know what's the problem, man.
I plug straight in.
Yeah, so
every drop I plug straight in.
I don't even want Wi-Fi. That's facts.
So what? Like, so you basically learn on your own, right? You were self-taught pretty much, or
this
you
for,
like watch.
For botting, yes, but I was computer savvy because school and also because of work, and so I knew what I was doing on the web, right? So like when they use certain terms, I kind of knew, but in general, I still had to watch like YouTube videos, I would watch other botters do a drop, because they you can see like live drop this product, right? And you could just see how they did on Adidas or on a Foot Locker. Well, they call them foot sites because Foot Locker Champs, they're all the same. And so, and then you have your Yeezy Supply, you have Adidas, and you just, whatever site you're going to go for, even like nowadays, you got Best Buy, Target, all those. I would look up the YouTube videos to see, and you can type in the bot you have, and then type in whatever site. Sometimes you can find somebody posting a link of their success or a video of their success and how they did. And they'll list what proxy provider and all that kind of stuff. And I used to watch that to see. I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they did during that. You know, it's kind of like because once
the YouTube University, man.
Yeah,
right.
It becomes like a game, and what was crazy beyond my mind is that some of these kids, dude, they were like 14 years old.
Yeah, a lot of them are young kids. Yeah,
and they're over here just botting like crazy. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it just really opened it. I was like, dude, this is like a whole community. You know.
So these bots, do they work on all platforms? Because me and Ant always talk about this when we go on the sneakers app, right? And we like, yeah, we gonna get these. Let's go. And then all you see is you are not selected.
Okay, so the sneakers app is Nike and Adidas, they're pretty good at combating bots. So what they did, they had the sneakers app, and I think Adidas had Adidas confirmed, and then they took it out for a bit, and then they put it back in.
They're back, yeah.
But what happened? So how my sneakers? I have 2 good sneakers account. I have a third that does fairly well. But how I got the first one, I tested out the first one, and like what I did was I just purchased a whole bunch of product on Nike on the sneakers app.
Yeah.
And then I took it to, and I got this info from a Discord. But I took the product to the Nike outlet store here in Orange, and I returned it, got my money back. But they see like a real buyer, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff takes account into it. Whatever Gmail you're logged into on your browser and your search history, that takes account. That all those things add to your score as a customer. They don't say this, but it does. And so like if they don't see you usually buy stuff or stuff like that, they might think you're a bot. You know, which technically I don't know why they do all this stuff, because they're trying to get it to the regular customer, but they make it so much harder for the regular customer. Right, so it's like pointless. You know what I mean? But
I can't stand them, yo. I get that. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying, but that's one way, like one technique that I got the Snickers app one, Adidas same. Adidas, I had noticed, but at first I wasn't hitting anything, and then I just bought some socks, some shorts. And then I just every time I used the app, and then slowly but surely I was hitting like.
Oh, that makes sense. So you're just building a relationship with them in the purchase history. That makes sense.
You're just showing activity.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now I've done that. I've bought a few, taking them to the store. I still catch L's, yo.
On the Snickers app too?
Yeah, on the Snickers app. It's trash, yo.
So now do you
Kasari agrees.
they said it's sneaker app sucks. Do you I lost my train of thought. Y'all could keep going. I really
but I do have a Snickers app bot, but I've never hit with the Snickers app bot. But I've hit manually plenty of times. The Snickers app bot I've never hit with, because you can go buy accounts, right? Because you need a cell phone to buy account, but some people sell accounts. And you can buy like 50 accounts for like $50, I think 1 for 1 on a sale. And what you do is you put that into the bot, which, because otherwise you have to log into all 50 but manually, which is impossible in like a 10-minute time period. But if you go and you get a bot, you put those all in. So a lot of times they don't really work because they know these are like new accounts. So what the seller will do, they'll sell them in tiers. They'll sell like farmed accounts and then like 4-year farmed accounts, you know, and they're higher priced, and they usually work better, but they're just higher priced.
Okay. Wow.
Because you have a higher chance of getting a transaction done, right?
Hello?
Yeah. You hear us?
Oh, wait, hold on.
What you do, man?
Over there.
Right. He got the bots working. Yeah.
He tried to run a bot on us, yo. He trying to tap into the TNC.
All right. He trying to hack the TNC shop.
He trying to hack the TNC server, yo.
Can you hear us?
Hear nothing.
Can't hear us?
Hold on.
No.
He trying to get that new T-shirt that Brian Trejo was wearing.
Yeah, he ran.
He
ran the wrong bot, yo. Yeah, we seen it.
You gonna be Brian seeing a whole lot of it. That's right. Shout out to Brian T. Kingdom Music. You know what I mean?
DJ Lawson Found said the feds tap. The guy
tapped into him. He gave too much
shout out to Missing Link Podcast.
We can't hear you.
Now I can hear.
You good?
There you
go.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know what happened. You
was giving too much. You was giving too much free game. You got to pull it back.
Right.
You got to pull it back. They listening.
So you still not. Whoa. So on sneaker apps, you still not hitting right now, or you?
No, the last thing I hit was the. And so you don't think I'm just talking?
Ooh,
I hit the
receipts.
Oh, I forgot. I left my phone at the so I have to re-download it. But I left my phone at the movies.
Nah.
But anyways, the last one I hit was the Travis, the khaki ones. And I also hit the Kobe raffle, the gold ones.
Undefeated.
This guy.
Undefeated?
Yeah, I hit it on Undefeated. I heard Undefeated gave a lot out though.
It was a raffle, bro. No.
It was a raffle. Yeah. But they have raffle bots also. Yeah, because
there's a whole world. There's a whole world to this, man.
Yeah, I'm old school, yo.
They have raffle bots where
what they have. They got raffle. How do you run a raffle bot, yo?
So you can the same server providers that were selling sneaker accounts, there's providers that sell Gmail accounts, right? And they'll sell you like a batch of 100 that forward to one address. So they'll give you the passcodes to all those 100 like on a spreadsheet, the username and password.
Yeah.
And they'll also give you the username and password to the one they're all forwarding to. And what you do is you just put those in your raffle bot, and then you can also go the extra mile. You can download for me, I downloaded like a few databases, county databases, depending on where the raffle is located.
Right.
So for this one, I did LA County. And what I did is I just put in random information in the spreadsheet and then put it into my bot, so they kind of look like real users. And then if it won, you just switch the address to ship it to.
Wow. Okay. Now, if I'm buying like those email accounts, right?
Yeah.
Like how do I know I'm buying from a legit seller? You know what I'm saying? Is there like a way to find out who's reputable? Because I feel like there's a lot of scammers out there who'll be yeah, for sure. I got this bot for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Send that 500.
It is.
You said the bot or the shoes?
All of that.
No. Just who you buying from and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, the bot? Okay, so Botmart is probably the most secure way. Botbroker.com is probably the most secure way you can buy a bot. But the thing is, they're so high priced because it's so secure. You know, you're dealing with the middleman, and they only deal with bots they have connections to with the developers. So that person will insert the key that they're selling, and that key will change and then give you the key that still access the same bot.
Gotcha.
So they only deal that, but they're pretty much high price. But you can also go to Bot Broker, and they have a middleman too. And here, like, it's when you're dealing with like these kind of I guess this community, it's very what do you call it? Like your reputation is everything, you know?
Right.
Because if you have a bad name, they'll put your say if you had a bad deal on Botmart, they'll put your name, Twitter, if they could find whatever on you, and then put you like do not deal with this guy. You know what I'm saying?
Dead on the streets.
So people are very careful in like the Botmart Discord. So because Botmart Discord is more like the underground trading of bots, and you can trade anything really, but of bots, and you can go back and forth. Like, I'll give you this, or I'll trade you this little bot plus some money, or I'll trade you some shoes I have plus money. You know,
right?
You can do all that.
Yeah.
LNF says, can you use a bot more than once? Yeah. Once you get a bot, you just
you can use it as many times.
So if you use a bot right on sneakers app and you land, let's say, because I see some people that have stacks of sneakers, the same sneakers, right, in different sizes. Is that so? I'm assuming that's from botting, right?
Yes, that's the only way.
Because I heard you can't ship to the same address. You got to ship them all to different addresses, right?
Yeah, it's easy.
So, okay, how easy is that? Because
just
you got
put an apartment number in your address. Just switch it, so you can switch the name. So like when here, I'll have like multiple items ship here, especially when it was the PS5s and graphics cards. I'll have them ship here, but I'll put like my name's Lorenzo, and then I won't say my last name, but it's Lorenzo, and then I'll put like Renzo, and then like a part of my last name. That way, if there's any issues with the post office, I can be like, they misspelled my name. I don't know.
Right.
You know, and you just put apartment number, and it still comes to the door. It'll always come to the house.
Nice.
If you could put whatever, you could put suite number, all that kind of stuff, and that will change the address.
And it's not just limited to like sneakers too, right? Because you've done all kinds of
like he just said PS5.
Yeah. So later on, we're kind of speeding up. So later on, when like the pandemic hit, my wife.
Now everybody knows your last name.
Nah, yeah, dude.
No.
You just did yourself up, yeah.
But anyways, all my profiles don't have my last name, so it's okay. What's it called? You said PS5 graphics cards. So when the pandemic hit, you know, everything went online, right? And all the community was talking about was PS5s, Xbox that were coming out in December or November.
Right.
And so they were like, because there was a lot that happened in between there. Like, so within a community, I got into ticket reselling also, and that was doing really well. But of course, when the pandemic hit, all those events got canceled. So all those sales I made had to return, and I had to pay the money back. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was a hit. So and other people took that hit, but there was other things they were like looking for. So like when the summer came, they were like, dude, everybody's gonna be at home, everybody's gonna want to swim, grab all the pools. So everybody we're grabbing pools, so many pools all over the place, and people were paying double, triple for these pools, outdoor pools, and depending on what kind of pool you got, they would get that. And then they were talking about the PS5s. They were like, you know, they're not able to produce because not many people are going to work at the manufacturer. So they're going to be a little short. So everybody just started grabbing PS5s. People started grabbing them all over the place. That's how you got that. And then the graphics card thing was kind of like, those graphic cards and PS5s are kind of always like that. They've always been, even in the past. Like I was just hearing, because I didn't do this, but in the past they were saying like the PS4 when it first dropped, people bought them and were selling them because, you know, they take a while to come out, you know, until they're regularly out. But the PS5 is a little different because they're having like some sort of chip shortage, and the same thing happened with the graphics cards. Like the graphics cards when they first came out, you could resell for a quick buck, but now that the shortage, they've tripled in price. You know, and especially now that we're in the crypto age, people are trying to mine at home and all kinds of stuff. You need these graphics cards, so the people that are willing to pay high price for these because they think the return is going to be good. So
right. I seen you also. You were looking at webcams, right, during the pandemic, because a lot of people were on Zoom, right, doing FaceTime and all that.
Doing webcams, mics, all those kind of setups and stuff like that. The ones that there was certain ones that people were just after because I guess a certain YouTuber or so would promote this one or would be using that one, so everybody wanted that one, you know.
Right.
So, and there's I mean, you get into there's pottery, there's sports cards, there's Pokemon cards. It's like the list goes on and on. Pokemon, like even old games, if you can find old vintage games still wrapped, it just goes on and on. It's just crazy.
So Jay, our co-host, said earlier, what was the most you made on the flip?
I want to say it's probably a tie between the recent graphics card. Well, I don't really remember of this coin because the graphics cards I just did recently, they went for $1,200 a piece. But the coin was early on. This Brike could tell you about this because she got the same coin. And I don't know if she would have to remember how much it was, but I believe we got like $1,500 for the coin, and the coin was like $80, $85. Wow. Yeah, it was a US Mint coin that was coming out, and they had like a limited edition of like 19,000 of them, and like people that collect coins, like Frankensons and all those kind of people, they bought them up. They bought them up for like super high price. Like at first, I had sold mine on eBay for like $500, and I thought, whoa, I was like, dang.
Right.
But then you see the price keep going up and up, and my coin hadn't arrived yet to ship. So what I did, you know, this is not recommended because you want to keep your status as an eBay seller. But I had canceled the order. I was like, I'm just gonna see what happens, you know. Canceled it, and then I relisted it at the higher price. Almost sold it, but nothing ever happened.
Wow,
but that's not recommended at all.
Yeah, my son was buying gold coins and flipping them. He put me on too, but I never. He got the gold coin, but I never got one. I was kind of disappointed. That's the worst part. Like, is like, you know, you're all hyped. You get up early. You know what I mean? I didn't have no bots. You know what I'm saying? It's just me and my keyboard, and it's like epic fail. I'm going back to sleep.
For the first 4 months, believe me, you can ask my wife. Like that was me. First 4 months in, did not hit jack. I was not hitting nothing. I was so upset. I was just like, okay. And then the Travis Scott, the green ones, the 6s were coming out, right? And I was just like, okay, this is gonna be the last one. If I don't hit, and like, believe me, I was staying like, so say the drop was on a Friday morning, Monday night to Monday morning before work, after work, I was going back and forth to my computer, like just going back, practicing, all this kind of stuff. And like, my wife told me after, but even that, she was like, please, Lord, let him hit because he's putting in all this work to try to hit this shit. He hasn't hit nothing. He hasn't hit jack. Please just let him work. But anyway, so I was saying, I was like, dude, if this don't hit, I'm gonna be done. Like, this is it. It ain't for me, you know? And I hit the Travis Scott, and I was just like, we in this. And so like after that, it kind of
that's a good one too.
Yeah, it slowly rolled back in.
So the bots don't always guarantee you to get items.
No, they don't. They don't at all. Especially the ones that everybody wants.
Yeah, the high ticket ones. Yeah.
No. When it comes to like Travis Scott and that, it's like you got to have the best of the best. You got to be on top of it. And sometimes you can get like, you can get in it with a good Discord group. They can give you an advantage because they can tell you like when stuff is happening. So they'll be like, the product is loaded. Get your stuff ready. Here's the PID number. Here's the SKU number. Get it ready. You know what I mean? Versus someone who's not in there is just like waiting on their phone till it drops. You kind of have an advantage. But all that. Go ahead.
I remember a while back, Sneaker still used to post the full links. Like they would have the full link with the item number and everything, so that you can go direct to it. But
yeah,
they don't do that anymore.
And they even have this. They'll give you add to cart links as well.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Some people were. But I used to have this bootleg bot. That joint was terrible. I gave up on it. It was for the foot.
What's it called?
What you mean by bootleg?
I don't remember the name. No, I mean, I'm just saying it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? You just put your sites in, put your information, your size, everything, and then it'll open up the tabs for you and run it. But I never hit anything on it. That joint was trash, yo. So, but maybe I just gave up too early on it. I don't know. Like after the first couple of times, I was like, yo, this is trash.
You heard this man 4 months. You got to put in 4 months.
I was not hitting.
I did 4 hours, yo. I was like,
this is the one that did it. This first one.
Yeah, the green joints, the olives.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the most recent one. Was this?
My man showing receipts.
And actually, the Kobe was the most recent one. But it's not showing, but I have some under here too. The khakis right there.
Yeah.
There's the unions.
I see the ray guns in there.
I had the unions on this account too. But I would say like if like even like these were all done manually, I would say like to make sure like if you get like a separate email or something and you just have that watching YouTube videos like all day. Just have it because that will build up its score. So you don't have to deal with when it goes through the captcha is going to be like, oh, this dude's active, you know. So it'll pass you through.
For sneakers or
for everything? For everything, it all like works together. Like all these cookies, all the kind of stuff, it all works together to give you like a customer score. It's kind of scary and kind of good at the same time.
They're watching.
They are. They'll follow you. So like, but you can create if like me, you create different profiles of yourself. So like to maximize your income.
Gotcha. We so far from the old days, just going into the stores, trying the shoe on, and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna take it."
Right.
Like,
unless you got a backdoor connection, those are still going.
Unless
you got those people.
I
like your man from Nike, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have.
I gotta get my mom to go work for Nike.
So.
What happened?
You mean like be a VP or something?
Yeah.
You mean to be like a
corporate
VP?
card?
You mean like the corporate card?
But
so I got some sneakers manually. I got the what was it? The Hyper Royals, the ones.
Okay.
So manually I landed it.
Was the Royal Toes?
Yeah, the Royal ones. So I got those on Finish Line,
ones, right?
The denim joints, right?
They're not
denim. The suede. The Hyper Royals, the blue ones, the light blue ones.
I got it.
So I got those.
That's nice. That's
right?
a nice one.
And when I caught them, it was hard because I was like, should I keep them or should I sell them? Because I sell on eBay, but I usually go thrifting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, nah, I gotta sell them because I did it with the intent to sell them, right? Like not trying to get high on my own supply kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And I noticed, literally like in an hour that joint was gone, like sold right away. Like is that how quick this money is? Like from reselling?
It's real quick. It depends. You have to know your market. So like I have a size 9 customer and a size 13 customer and a size 12 customer. They buy from me no matter what it is. They want everything. One guy's in Vegas, one guy's out in the Inland Desert, and the one guy over here in Garden Grove. And they, no matter what shoe, like they're always telling me, like they'll just send me a text, like, "Are you going for this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they'll list their size, and they'll buy at market price every single time. So whatever is StockX or whatever is selling at, they'll buy that price.
Wow.
Because they know they don't have to pay the shipping costs or anything like that.
Right.
So it's kind of a win-win.
Right.
Yeah. So that's like if you find yourself like certain buyers, it's that fast. But even on eBay, like a shoe like that you copped, yeah, you hit that market price, you're gonna get people trying to buy, or bid or whatever.
Yeah, because I got those bed brick dunks and them joints went fast, man.
Yeah.
I put them up same day I put them up, they sold.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah.
So how much do you think? Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
How much do you think that you're spending on like this software? I know you mentioned earlier, but like,
well, I cut my software in half. I think just recently after I did my taxes for 2020. We went through the cost, went through what I made and all that kind of stuff, and then my wife looked at me. She's like, "Do you have to need all this?" And then I was like, "I can do without that." So, but before that, I want to say probably close, and she can correct me if I'm wrong, like 700, 800 a month, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, that's just spending.
It's always
Tesla.
but
it's
your,
always
your
about
return,
revenue.
but yeah, your return on revenue is
it's really good. Some months it could be low, like some months, but like majority now, every single time it's winning, like it's paying itself back.
Yeah, it's hot,
so
man.
That's a good thing. And ever since like I joined the $75 one, I think that one's paid itself in full, like from everything I've learned, because you learn to go in depth with it. So like not only are you buying, like say you're buying from sneakers, but if you can somehow link your receipt to the Nike site, right? Because it's all one site, and they have a thing called Rakuten, right? Rakuten.com, and it gives you 5% cash back. Now that may not seem big, but on a $250 shoe, you can get like $15 back, which widens your margin. So now whatever you sell at, that's going to widen your profit margin.
Right.
Not only that, if you're paying that with a cashback credit card, you're getting even more. You're widening your margin in. So like it like taught me all those kind of things to expand that margin. And like you'd be surprised, like even the Best Buy, Rakuten, at least the Best Buy, they'll give you 5%. Now if you're getting 5%, not only 5% cash back from Best Buy Cash, like I have a account that's full of Best Buy Cash, and you have a Rakuten that's 5%, and then you pay with the cashback credit card, dude, you're cutting your margin. You're giving yourself some wide margin there. So even if a product you can only make like $100, you can make like an extra $25-$50 from that product, or whatever, depending on how much it is. Because PS5, that's $25 right there.
Wow.
And just for going for it, what was crazy, the crazy one was the Kohl's Cash. I'll never forget, we were going for I think all of us, me and my sister Riz, we were going for PS5s, and it dropped on Kohl's, and I
remember this.
We all bought for Kohl's. I think only my sister shipped. All of our orders got canceled, but they let you keep your Kohl's Cash. So we each had like $150 to $300 worth of Kohl's Cash that you can go to Kohl's and spend. So it was around Christmas time. We just grouped up a suitcase and some gifts. But like things like that kind of happen,
Yeah.
That's wow. Yo, and also speaking of like Christmas, I seen y'all were flipping Starbucks cups too, right?
Mm-hmm. That was more of my cousin Rish. She told us about the Starbucks cup. I didn't really have the insider on that, but it was the studded ones. It's like these ones, but they're like red and clear at the time. Yeah, and that was the first time I did it. That was pretty fun. But you have to go do some the groundwork for those.
Okay. And how much? What was the retail for those?
At the time for the pink cups, I believe it was like doubling, almost like 90% profit back.
On some Starbucks cups, that's crazy.
But this pottery, I mean, there's pottery. There's this like Ray Dunn pottery that people just go crazy for. And like I'm thinking, like I was telling them like what I want to do a lot. Some people ask me like, why do you do for the long term? I kind of want to go and teach, like get like maybe like a group of kids and kind of teach them like this is what you can do at your level right now. Like if I knew this when I was 17, 15 in the summertime instead of watching Nicktoons Summer Splash, I would have been like asking for video games for Christmas. I would have been like, can I get like a little computer,
All right.
And then like if you get this and like for parents who are able to trust their kids, like give them a little cash to get this and show them how it works, buying and selling and stuff like that. We have a kid that goes to church that's 15 and he does this with sports cards. These
oh yeah, those paninis, right, and all that.
And he'll go in the morning and he'll wait at every single Target. He knows the schedule of the people bringing it in. He knows all that kind of stuff, and so he kind of put me on game with that. But he's 15, and so he's walking in with wads of cash, you know. And it was the summertime, like
legit too.
And he's learning to buy and sell trade, and now he got himself a computer, so he's trying to do like graphics cards and other stuff too. And it keeps you like computer savvy because you have to know what you're doing on the web, and we live in a world that's becoming on the internet a lot, and so it like keeps you up to speed. So when like stuff like I don't know crypto and NFTs come, you're already on game, you know.
Right. And are you in NFTs yet?
Now I'm still learning, but at first I didn't believe in NFTs whatsoever. Right. Because I only knew of NBA Top Shot, which came from a Discord group, and they're like, buy these. People are trust us, buy these. So at the time, hardly anyone was buying them, and I had bought like a pack, and it was like I think $99 for the whole pack, right? And so I looked at the cards, and they tell you like what edition number and they're like cards, but if you press on them, they play like a little highlight, so you own like part of a stake in that NBA player's highlight. You know, which is cool. And so you see which rare ones you have, and then you're able to list them on the marketplace. There's a marketplace inside NBA Top Shot. And I had a Tyler Hero, right? And I just listed it for like $500, and it sold within like 2 minutes. And then I had like a Joel Embiid, and I was like, it wasn't as rare, so I put it for like $250, and it sold right away. And then I listed another one more at a $250, same price, and it sold. I was just like, this is it. Like we in it. So
how much you spend on each of those NFTs?
On that pack, $99 total.
Wow.
So giving $900 back, so $800. And it was in Dapper, the Dapper coin. And you just convert it. You pay the little tax or whatever, so it gives you like $700, maybe around there.
Yeah. Wow.
That's wild.
Jay said if you have 10K at hand now, like if someone has 10K, how would they flip it right now?
You buy a house.
How would you flip 10K?
Yeah.
If you have 10K, no, I don't like it. Like, see, like I don't know what that means. Like,
AMC.
Dogecoin.
If you have AMC today with that 10K,
yeah.
But if you have 10K, now I'm not an advisor whatsoever, so do not.
Quick disclaimer, right?
You know what I mean? I don't want to be in handcuffs. You know, it depends, like where you are in your capital. Like if 10K is like all you have, like this is your life savings. Like you know, you want to take it seriously. Maybe consult with a few advisors or whatnot to see what you can do. And depending on your credit and everything, like you maybe try a bigger market like the real estate market, or if you if you're trying to flip like a quick flip or something like that, I don't see you spending 10 grand unless you knew what you were doing with the bot that fast. Because most likely you're going to hit one or two, and that's not going to be 10 grand. It just depends what you're trying to do, you know.
Yeah. Facts.
I myself would put everything in graphics cards. That's what I go for. That you have the new ones dropping tomorrow morning, the 3080 Ti's on EVGA. And then you have Best Buy. People are lining up at Best Buy right now at certain stores for those cards.
Are you serious?
Because Best Buy said they're gonna only release them online because they can't get them past bots. So, but they don't know that the bots are the only ones who read everything, and so they're in line right now. So, I'm just like, I don't know why they play this game. But most of them are kids going out there, probably ask their parents, wait in the car or whatever, and they'll just put their chair there. But they're like 11. It's like those graphics cards are a walking $1,200 profit easy.
So how did you find out, like for those watching, those listening, and they want to do a quick flip, you know, they want to make some money, like how did you find out about the graphics cards, right? Like how does one know what to buy, you know, and what the aftermarket value is?
I was like, get yourself in a good cook group, like a cook group that has a good reputation, If you don't know what to look for, like go on Twitter and look for like kicks and stuff and see people that are posting. They'll post their success, like thanks, because you get points in this cook group in your cook groups for doing that, right? So they'll say thanks to so and so. They'll list a bot, they'll list a cook group, and they'll list all this kind of stuff. Because once you get in a cook group, they don't just have this stuff. I mean, that's how we were able to find out about the coin. They'll put you inside on some posters, on everything, and they'll keep you up to date. And if you follow along on what they're doing and take some guidance and practice over and over, don't think you're just going to hit everything right away.
Right.
You do your due diligence in that cook group, because they'll post guides. They'll post long guides, like document guides, and you read through them and you test out, your methods on different products. Just use like a fake credit card or so. I think you're in there. You'll pretty much find out about everything, because that's how graphics cards, all the stuff start popping up.
Okay.
This dude Jay trying to make him give all his secrets up, yo.
Yo, Jay, sign up for my man's Discord, all right, man. Patreon, all right.
Sign up for Lorenzo's Discord, man.
What email do you use?
Password.
I have like 300 emails.
What time do you get up to your computer?
True. It depends on the drop. Like tomorrow, I will be up at 4.
Wow. Yo, I heard you had mentioned something about Yeezy, but I heard that Yeezy did something to his site on that last foam runners drop. They added an extra step that kind of threw the bots off.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I missed that Yeezy drop because I had thought usually Yeezy drops at 6 a.m. PST.
Yeah,
for some reason, right? It dropped at 5 and I didn't see it. Well, it's my fault. I didn't read carefully. I was just like, Yeezy drop normal, Right. And so when I got up around like 5:30, it said sold out.
Gone.
Like, what? And I looked back and I was just like, so I don't really know what I did. I know they were on Shopify and then they switched to Demandware, which is the same software that Adidas uses. But other than that, that switch was made like a year ago. So
this dude I know, he bots as well. He said there was an extra step that kind of threw the bots off. So he said he didn't hit not one.
Jeez. Well, in the recent Yeezy drops, I have gotten through, but for some reason I just can't check out. So I don't know what issue that is. I don't know if my address is banned. I don't know what's going on there. So we'll figure it out though.
Let's figure it out.
But Rike has hit on a bot before. She hit on the Hyper Royal. She ripped like 3 of them. I think 3 or 2. When the Royal Dunk, or not the Hyper Royals, the Royal Toes when they came out. And she did that on a foam bot. So, and she doesn't. I don't think she considers herself to be computer savvy. I mean, I would, because she does her little her producing and all that kind of stuff on there.
Right.
So she is pretty computer savvy when it comes to that, but I don't think she would claim to be. So, it's not. It's not overwhelming if you take it by a step-by-step process.
So I was watching today. What's his name? J2 Kicks. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's got Urban Necessity. Is it?
Oh, I know that guy.
I
don't know personally, but I know who you're talking about.
So would he be using bots, or is he like he's got like
he bots?
Yeah, he's been in the game for a long time. I don't know if he bots anymore. He might have people that bot for him.
Yeah.
You seen him? He went to SneakerCon.
He goes to SneakerCon every year.
They say he spent $400,000 at SneakerCon.
Yeah. What? Yeah, he's a high roller. But he's been in the game for a minute.
A long time.
For a minute. And like those people that were in the game back then, like really into it, they're still in there. But they have all
their whales now.
They don't need a bot. They buy at bulk. So like there's like back doors in certain Discord groups or cook groups. They'll have back doors where they'll let you buy, like they'll sell, like say the Travis's, they'll sell you before it drops. They'll be like, well, we're listing each price and probably be like $500. It would be a little less or a little more than what the current market price is. And if you want to take the risk, or if you just want it for personals, you don't even want to try, you could do it that way. Yeah. But like those are the type of people that you're buying from already, because they buy in bulk.
Yeah. I have a friend of mine. That's what he does. He buys in bulk. Actually, he's in he has a couple of stores. I think one of them is in LA. Right by Supreme, called Soul Stage.
Wow.
And he has like 3 stores in Cali by themselves just doing this.
Wow.
And that door, it's tight, like very tight. There's like,
and this,
I don't think
this
there's
dude
people that get in there like that no more.
And this dude got a warehouse now. Like he got a full blown warehouse full of stock now, just off of that, just buying in bulk.
Yeah, there's this. I have a buyer. He is in Huntington Beach for PS5s, and how I found him on OfferUp. Well, his wife is the one who like asked to purchase it, and I was like, sure. Yeah. So when we brought it, and if you're doing any of these kind of deals, like if you go on OfferUp, make sure you bring like backup with you or whatever, right? Because it's crazy people out there. But anyway, so you go to this house. And like I see someone lined up, and he's like telling me, "Oh, just wait right there." And my wife's like, "This is sketch. This is sketch. Let's just go." I was like, "No, let's just see." And so like he tells us to come, and I think I only had like 2 PS5s at the time, right? So I was just like, "Oh, here, I'll buy." He's like, "Yeah, I'll buy." He's like, "Do you have any more?" And I was like, "I have more. I had like 4 more on the way." And he was like, "I'll buy them. Whatever that market price is that day, just shoot me a text. Here's my text. I'll buy them." So, and then I think my wife asked him like, "Do you mind asking like why you're buying these?" He was like, "Oh, because I sell in bulk he sells to like a company in Florida that sells to South America, something like that." And like I guess they're buying PS5s at like $2,000 a piece.
What?
So that's crazy. So I was just like, all right. So we were now my wife's like, call if we have PS5s. She was like, text him, what's the market price? And so she would like work it out now with his wife and all that kind of stuff. But he buys in bulk. So now if I have PS5s or anything, Xbox or graphics cards or whatever, you shoot him a text and he'll buy it right there.
Wow.
That's that Colombian narco money, man. 2,000 for
it is. It was crazy. He'll write a check from an actual company. So like, it's tax deductible. So you have to make sure you file your taxes.
I'm surprised you taking checks, bro. Because
but
I'm not taking no checks.
Cash only.
Check this out. So he was like, I've been doing business for years. Look, I don't even care. My name's trustworthy. You take the check, go to the bank, then bring back the product, and then so that's what we did. Or that's what we did.
Yeah,
end up working out because I'm not gonna take no check and just leave it right here. I'll take, but after doing several deals with them, I was like, yeah, I'll take the check, and then we took it, cashed it, came back, it was done deal. So, and I would say make sure you follow through with your taxes too, because if you do pass over like $20,000 or so, Uncle Sam will. You may not think, but he's gonna be coming knocking.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Well.
That's
crazy.
I know it's kind of all over the place. I'm sorry, this is like my first time, but
it's good. It's interesting game.
Jay wants your Discord. He wants to sign up to your Patreon.
Well, I do have a free little Discord. I haven't been on top of it as much. But I do drop different things that are happening, early links and all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, so how can people get in touch with you, like for that Discord?
I would say my Instagram, Lorenzo Con _ I don't even know why I'm hiding my last name. It's in my Instagram.
You just been giving it up. No last name, and then not only is he giving his last name, but he getting everybody else's government name.
His whole family in the
whole family,
the chat, live chat.
He done told on everybody, yo.
He's like my wife, my cousin, my sister.
Lorenzo, that dude, like, yo, we caught now. Come on out.
Jay said he wants your number, man.
Oh, that's funny.
Jay want everybody number, yo.
Right.
No,
but Jay is that dude who'll drop 10K though.
Your wife said yes, PS5s are still flipping for 200 to 250 profit.
Yeah, because surprisingly it's lasting this long. But I read an article like 2 weeks ago that was from Sony. They said they expect this shortage to last all the way to 2022.
Wow.
From whatever chip shortage or whatever's going on, So
We need to figure out how to make chips, yo.
Right.
Seriously.
Hedge said, "Yo, that airbender figure in the background is dope. Appreciate all your knowledge. Nice.
He is, but he didn't sell. So whatever usually doesn't sell, I keep. You know, or like it'll sell, but you'll get your money back or whatever.
Oh, you heard, Hedge? It's for sale. It's for sale. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and hit my man up on Instagram.
Everything's for sale.
Everything must go.
Yeah.
Funko Pops at the time were popping too, but if Funko Pops are now, if you can buy them in bulk and you could deal in bulk, you're good. But if you can't buy them in bulk, it's like pennies.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
I just got a 3D printer, so I'm gonna make my own Funko Pops. And start
Did you really? Did you really get a 3D printer?
I did.
You did?
It's back there. Yeah, it's back there.
What you printing? You printing guns?
I haven't printed nothing. Come on, man.
He about to get you jammed up too.
Come on, man. This dude over here. I can't mess with this dude.
Right. You're like, you playing guns? What's your last name, sir?
Drop that location out. What's your IP address?
Like, yo.
Negative, sir. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
But Lorenzo, man, we appreciate that. Appreciate the knowledge that you shared with bots. I mean, you gave a lot of information out there. Thank you for the time.
I appreciate it.
Plug your information, like you said, your where people
IG.
can find you, your IG, or whatever you feel like sharing. Go ahead and plug that. Let the people know where to find you, man.
Okay. I say my Instagram, Lorenzo Con _II.
Okay.
I'm new to this, so I don't know how to write it in here if I have to. But it's
we'll have everything. Don't worry, we'll have all of that in the notes for the show.
In the description, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, in the description. So everybody else, man, we appreciate it. Get your merch at the shop. That's shop.that'snotchristian.com.
It's not shop no more. It's just that's not.
That's not Christian.com. I'm out for a week and I already forget how to do this.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Is that you're the one who set up the shop.
I did. And it's bot proof, stay away, Lorenzo. Buy it up.
Nah, we want him to buy everything.
Buy it up, yo. It's limited edition. Don't worry.
Facts though, facts.
But yeah, man, hit that's not Christian.com for your teas, everything. And watch out for us. We'll be back on Monday. Again, thanks Lorenzo. Thanks everybody in the comments for keeping it popping. Man, we appreciate y'all.
Facts.
Peace.
Peace.